Welcome to my channel Coin Circle. Please don't spend these top 12 most ultra-rare Washington quarter dollars to look for your pocket change. The following list is a chart of the most expensive Washington quarter dollars coins. Most of these are auction prices. Several private sale prices over $1 million are not in this list, yet all of the world's most valuable Washington quarter dollars was minted in the United States, though there are a few exceptions. Here's a look at 12 rare Washington quarter dollars that are worth six figures or more. Why are silver 1965 quarters so rare? Silver 1965 quarters are special because they're transitional era coins. In 1964, quarters were still struck with a 90% silver planchet. In 1965, quarter production changed to a clad composition planchet made of copper and nickel. A certain number of quarters produced in 1965 have a tiny misprint, which makes them very valuable. According to the NGC price guide, as of May 2024, a Washington quarter from 1965 in circulated condition is worth between $100 and $300. However, on the open market, 1965 quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $5,000 to $150 to $7,000. A very small number of 1965 quarters were accidentally minted using old silver blanks. These are quite rare and can fetch tens of thousands of dollars or even more if in perfect condition. Note there are lots of scammers. Wrong metal errors. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1965 Washington quarter is the potential for errors, particularly those involving the wrong metal. As the U.S. Mint transitioned to the copper-nickel-clad plankets, some 1965 quarters were mistakenly struck on leftover silver plankets from 1964. These error coins are exceptionally rare and highly sought after by collectors. Identifying a 1965 quarter struck on a silver planchet can be challenging. Silver quarters weigh 6.25 grams, compared to the 5.67 grams of clad quarters. Additionally, silver quarters produce a distinct, higher-pitched sound when dropped, unlike their clad counterparts. Professional authentication and grading are recommended for these error coins due to their high value. Other notable errors, beyond wrong metal errors, collectors also seek out other types of mint errors on 1965 Washington quarters. These can include die errors, errors such as double dies, die cracks, and die clashes. A double die error occurs when the coin is struck more than once with a slight shift, creating a doubling effect on the design elements. Die cracks and clashes result from damaged or improperly aligned dies. Planchet errors. These errors occur when the blank coin planchet is flawed before striking. Examples include off-center strikes, clipped plankets, and lamination errors where the metal layers separate. Striking errors. Misaligned strikes. Broad strikes where the coin is struck outside the collar, and multiple strikes are all examples of striking errors that can occur during the minting process. Collectible value and market trends. Determining value. The value of a 1965 Washington quarter depends on several factors, including its condition, rarity, and presence of errors. Collectors typically grade coins on the Sheldon scale, ranging from poor P1 to perfect mint state MS70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For a standard 1965 clad quarter in circulated condition, the value is generally modest, often just slightly above face value. However, uncirculated examples can command higher prices, especially those graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service or NGC Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. Error coins. Error coins significantly increase the value of a 1965 Washington quarter. A quarter struck on a silver planchet, for instance, can fetch thousands of dollars at auction, depending on its condition. Other errors, such as double dies or off-center strikes, also add to the coin's value, with prices varying based on the type and severity of the error. Market trends. The market for 1965 Washington quarters, like other collectible coins, is influenced by various factors, including economic conditions, silver prices, and collector interest. Historically, coins from the transitional period of 1965–1967 have garnered significant attention due to their historical significance and the potential for rare errors. As with any collectible, the value of 1965 quarters can fluctuate. Staying informed about market trends, auction results, and price guides is crucial for collectors looking to buy or sell these coins. Attending coin shows, joining numismatic societies, and consulting with reputable dealers can provide valuable insights and opportunities. Conclusion. The 1965 Washington quarter represents a pivotal moment in U.S. numismatic history, marking the transition from silver to clad coinage. This change was driven by economic pressures and the need to maintain a stable currency. While most 1965 quarters are common and hold modest value, the potential for error coins adds an exciting dimension for collectors. The 1966 Washington quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, a popular and widely collected set of coins in American numismatics. This quarter is particularly notable due to its unique position in U.S. minting history, straddling a period of significant change in coin composition and design. This guide explores the history, key features, and value of the 1966 Washington quarter, with a special focus on errors and their impact on collectors' interest. More than 821 million quarters were produced in 1966. That sounds impressive, but it is still less than half the 1.8 billion quarters made in 1965. In fact, you can still find 1966 quarters in circulation today, even some that might qualify as almost uncirculated. Interestingly, from 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint eliminated mint marks from all coins to discourage coin collecting during a nationwide coin shortage. Therefore, your 1966 quarter not having a mint mark is actually typical for that year and not a sign of rarity. How much is a 1966 quarter worth? Some 1966 quarters are worth more than face value, as much as $11,000. Find out how much your 1966 quarter is worth here, and how to identify a 1966 silver quarter. Historical context: the Washington Quarter series began in 1932, designed by John Flanagan to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Initially composed of 90% silver, the quarter saw a significant change in 1965 when the U.S. Mint shifted to a copper-nickel-clad composition due to rising silver prices and the economic strain it imposed on coin production. By 1966, the United States was in the midst of this transition. The Coinage Act of 1965 eliminated silver from the quarter and dime, and to deter hoarding, the Mint also ceased using mint marks from 1965 to 1967. This decision makes the 1966 quarters part of a unique three-year span with no mint marks, design, and composition. The 1966 Washington quarter features the same design as previous years, with a profile of George Washington on the obverse and a heraldic eagle on the reverse. Key design elements include: composition. The 1966 quarter consists of a clad composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a pure copper core. Error coins and their value. Coin errors and varieties are a fascinating subset of numismatics, and the 1966 Washington quarter is no exception. Errors can significantly enhance the value of a coin, depending on their rarity and type. Common types of errors include double die errors, off-center strikes, clipped plankets, broad strikes, transitional errors. 1966 quarters are relatively rare and can be quite valuable. Market value. The value of a 1966 Washington quarter depends on its condition, rarity, and the presence of any errors. Here's a breakdown of how these factors influence value. Circulated condition. Most 1966 quarters found in circulation are only worth their face value of 25 cents due to their high mintage and commonality. However, they might be worth a small premium to collectors interested in date runs or filling a series. Uncirculated condition. An uncirculated 1966 quarter, especially those graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC as mint state MS, can be worth significantly more. How much is a 1966 quarter worth? Some 1966 quarters are worth more than face value ... as much as $11,000. Find out how much your 1966 quarter is worth here, and how to identify a 1966 silver quarter. Collecting tips. For collectors interested in the 1966 Washington quarter, consider the following tips. Condition. Always aim to collect coins in the best possible condition. Uncirculated coins and those with minimal wear are more desirable and hold higher value. Authentication and grading. If you suspect you have a valuable error coin, get it authenticated and graded by a reputable service. Professional grading provides an unbiased assessment of a coin's condition and authenticity, which is crucial for establishing its market value. Error varieties. Educate yourself on the different types of errors. Understanding the nuances can help you identify potential treasures in your collection. Market trends. Keep an eye on market trends for 1966 quarters. Values can fluctuate based on collector interest and the discovery of new error types. The 1968 Washington quarter is a notable coin in American numismatics, both for its historical context and its value to collectors. This coin, like others in the Washington quarter series, carries the image of the first U.S. President, George Washington, and has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1932. This comprehensive guide will delve into the coin's history, its design features, its production details, and its value in today's market. According to the NGC Price Guide, as of May 2024, a Washington quarter from 1968 in circulated condition is worth between $100 and $225. However, on the open market, 1968 quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $3,750 to $5,000. History of the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin was designed by John Flanagan, a prominent sculptor, whose obverse design features a bust of George Washington. The reverse originally depicted a bald eagle with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows above an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. Transition to clad composition. Prior to 1965, quarters were composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. Due to rising silver prices and the depletion of silver reserves, the Coinage Act of 1965 mandated a change in the composition of dimes, quarters, and half dollars. Starting in 1965, these coins were made from a clad composition, which consists of an inner core of pure copper and outer layers of a copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper and 25% nickel. The 1968 Washington quarter is part of this post-1965 clad coinage. Minting and production. In 1968, quarters were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. Quarters from the San Francisco Mint in this year were produced as proofs rather than for general circulation, variants, and errors. The 1968 Washington quarter does not have as many notable varieties or errors compared to other years. However, there are a few errors and varieties that can add value to the coin. Double die obverse. Some 1968 quarters have a double die obverse, where the inscriptions appear double due to a misalignment during the minting process. Off-center strikes, coins that were not properly aligned during the striking process, resulting in an off-center image, are also collectible. Clipped plankets, errors where the coin blank planchet has a curved cut, resulting in a missing piece of the coin. According to the NGC Price Guide, as of May 2024, a Washington quarter from 1968 in circulated condition is worth between $100 and $2.25. However, on the open market, 1968 quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $3,750 to $5,000. Conclusion. The 1968 Washington quarter is a significant piece of American numismatic history, representing the post-1965 clad composition era. While common in circulated condition, high-grade uncirculated coins and proofs, along with error coins, offer potential value for collectors. Understanding the coin's design, minting history, and market factors is essential for appreciating its place in the broader context of U.S. coinage and for making informed decisions when buying or selling these coins. The 1969 era Washington quarter represents a fascinating aspect of coin collecting, blending historical significance with the allure of minting mistakes. While the base value of a standard 1969 quarter might be low due to its composition and mintage numbers, the presence of errors can elevate its worth significantly. For collectors, these errors provide an intriguing challenge and an opportunity to own a unique piece of numismatic history. Understanding the nuances of mint errors and the factors that influence a coin's value is essential for anyone interested in collecting or investing in 1969 era quarters. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a beginner, the hunt for these error coins can be a rewarding and potentially lucrative endeavor. According to the NGC Price Guide, as of May 2024, a Washington quarter from 1969 in circulated condition is worth between $150 and $225. However, on the open market, 1969 quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $2,600 to $4,500. The 1969 Washington quarter, minted in Denver, is a notable coin for collectors, particularly when it has errors. This coin is part of the broader Washington quarter series, which has been produced since 1932. The series commemorates the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. This article will delve into the history of the Washington quarter, the specifics of the 1969 quarter, Common errors found in this coin, and their impact on value and colectability. Initially, the Washington quarter was composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. However, in 1965, due to a silver shortage and rising costs, the composition was changed to a copper-nickel clad, with a core of pure copper and outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This change significantly impacted the coin's value and collectability, particularly for those minted pre-1965. Minting and circulation. The 1969D Washington quarter was produced at the Denver Mint. During this period, the U.S. Mint was focused on increasing production to meet the growing demand for coins. As a result, the quality control processes were occasionally less rigorous, leading to a variety of mint errors. The 1969D quarter is composed of the standard copper-nickel clad, and its mint mark D indicates it was produced in Denver. Common mint errors. Mint errors are unintended mistakes that occur during the minting process, and they can significantly enhance a coin's value. The 1969D quarter is known for several types of errors, type and severity of error. More dramatic and rare errors typically command higher prices. For example, a significant double die error is more valuable than a minor off-center strike. Condition. The condition, or grade, of the coin greatly affects its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. Higher grade coins, especially those with errors, are more valuable. Demand among collectors. The popularity of a specific error or coin can drive up its price. Collectors may be particularly interested in certain types of errors, affecting market value, notable sales, and market trends. Error coins, including the 1969D Washington quarter, can fetch significant prices at auctions. For instance, a 1969D quarter with a prominent double die error might sell for several $100s, depending on its condition. Off-center strikes and clipped plankets can also command high prices, especially if the error is substantial and the coin is in good condition. The Washington quarter, first minted in 1932, holds significant historical and numismatic value. The 1968D Washington quarter, minted at the Denver Mint, is a notable coin for collectors. Understanding its history, value, and factors influencing its worth requires a detailed exploration of the Washington quarter series, the specific characteristics of the 1968D quarter, and the broader historical and economic context of the time. The 1968D Washington quarter has the lowest mintage for any circulation strike quarter struck from 1965 to date. Although it has the lowest mintage, it is still fairly common and examples can still be found in circulation. Uncirculated examples can also be purchased inexpensively up to MS65 grades. According to the NGC price guide, as of May 2024, a Washington quarter from 1968 in circulated condition is worth between $100 and $200. However, on the open market, 1968D quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $1,100 to $2,000. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin's design, created by sculptor John Flanagan, features a profile of George Washington on the obverse and an eagle with outstretched wings on the reverse. This design has undergone several modifications over the years, but the core elements have remained consistent. Composition and design changes. Initially, the Washington quarter was made of 90% silver and 10% copper. However, in 1965, due to rising silver prices and a shortage of silver coins, the composition was changed to a clad composition of copper and nickel. The post-1965 quarters, including the 1968D, consist of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper. Minting and distribution. The 1968D Washington quarter was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the United States Mint's primary facilities, in 1968. A total of 101,534,000 quarters were produced at the Denver Mint. This high mintage means that the coin is relatively common, but its value can vary based on its condition and specific characteristics. Numismatic value. The value of a 1968D Washington quarter can vary widely based on its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. Here are some general guidelines. Most 1968D quarters found in circulation are worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, according to the NGC price guide, as of May 2024, a Washington quarter from 1968 in circulated condition is worth between $100 and $200. However, On the open market, 1968 D quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $1,100 to $2,000. The condition of a coin is one of the most critical factors affecting its value. Numismatists use a grading scale to assess a coin's condition, with the Sheldon scale being the most widely used system. This scale ranges from 1 poor to 70 perfect mint state. Key grades include heavy wear with design details faintly visible, moderate wear with sharp design details, light wear on high points of the design, slight wear on the highest points, with most of the mint luster remaining, no wear, with higher numbers indicating better strike quality and luster. Mint marks and varieties. The presence of a mint mark can significantly affect a coin's value. While the 1968 D quarter is relatively common, other mint marks or varieties within the Washington Quarter series can be rarer and more valuable. Collectors often seek out specific mint marks, such as S for San Francisco, which produced proof coins, or varieties like double dice and errors. Focus on acquiring coins in the best possible condition. Uncirculated coins and those with minimal wear are generally more valuable. Errors and varieties can significantly increase a coin's value. Keep an eye out for double dice, off-center strikes, and other minting anomalies. Purchase coins from reputable dealers and ensure they are authenticated and graded by recognized numismatic organizations, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC). Conclusion: the 1968D Washington Quarter is a fascinating coin for collectors and numismatists, offering insights into the history, economy, and culture of its time. While its high mintage makes it relatively common, factors such as condition, mint marks, and errors can significantly influence its value. Understanding the broader context of its production, including the impact of the Coinage Act of 1965 and economic conditions of the late 1960s, enhances the appreciation of this coin's place in American numismatic history. The 1967 Washington Quarter holds a unique place in the history of American coinage, both in terms of its value and the broader context of its production. To understand its significance, we need to delve into the historical background, the coin's design and features, the economic circumstances of the time, and its current value among collectors. The Coinage Act of 1965 mandated the use of a copper-nickel-clad composition, consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a core of pure copper. This change marked the end of an era for silver coinage in everyday transactions. Economic and social context, the mid-1960s were a tumultuous time for the U.S. economy and society. The coin shortage of the early 1960s led to significant changes in U.S. coinage. The demand for silver, both for industrial purposes and as an investment, caused a rise in the intrinsic value of silver coins, leading to widespread hoarding and a subsequent shortage of coins in circulation. The Coinage Act of 1965 was a direct response to this crisis. By eliminating silver from the dimes and quarters and reducing the silver content in half dollars, the government aimed to ensure an adequate supply of coins for daily transactions. This period also saw the removal of mint marks to discourage collectors and hoarders from distinguishing between coins produced at different mints. Collectability and value. The value of the 1967 Washington Quarter varies depending on its condition and rarity. Most 1967 quarters are common in circulated condition and are worth their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins, particularly those in higher grades, can fetch higher prices among collectors. Factors affecting value, condition, the state of preservation, is crucial in determining a coin's value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. An uncirculated 1967 quarter in mint condition, MS65 or higher, can be worth significantly more than a heavily circulated coin. Varieties. Some coins may have minor variations or errors that make them more valuable. While the 1967 quarter does not have well-known varieties like some other dates, any errors or unusual features can attract collector interest. Historical significance. As one of the quarters minted during the transition away from silver, the 1967 quarter holds historical significance. This can enhance its desirability among collectors who appreciate the broader context of coinage history. Demand. The overall demand for Washington quarters from the 1960s can influence their value. Collectors who aim to complete a set of quarters from this period may seek out coins in higher grades, driving up prices for well-preserved examples. Modern-day value and market trends. As of 2024, the value of a 1967 Washington quarter in average circulated condition remains close to its face value. However, uncirculated examples, and those with high grades can be worth more. Here are some typical values based on condition, circulated condition ***. These coins are generally worth face value, around 25 cents. ***, uncirculated condition MS60, MS64. Coins in this range can be valued between $10 and $20. High-grade uncirculated MS65 and above. High-grade examples can command prices from $100 to $500 or more, depending on the specific grade and market demand. Collecting tips. For those interested in collecting 1967 Washington quarters, here are a few tips. Focus on quality. Aim for the highest grade coins you can afford. Uncirculated coins with minimal wear and good eye appeal are more likely to appreciate in value over time. Look for errors. While not common, any errors or anomalies on the coin can make it more valuable. Keep an eye out for unusual features. Complete a set. Consider collecting Washington quarters from the entire 1965 to 1967 period, as this set represents a significant era in U.S. coinage history. Preservation. Store your coins properly to prevent damage. Use coin holders, albums, or other protective measures to maintain their condition. Conclusion. The 1967 Washington quarter is a fascinating coin that reflects a pivotal moment in American coinage history. The shift from silver to copper-nickel clad composition was a significant change driven by economic necessity. While most 1967 quarters are not particularly valuable in circulated condition, uncirculated examples and high-grade coins can be worth more to collectors. The historical context and the transition period it represents add to its allure among numismatists. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a novice, the 1967 Washington quarter offers a unique glimpse into the past and a tangible connection to the economic challenges and decisions of the 1960s. The Washington quarter has been a significant piece of American numismatic history since its introduction in 1932. Among the many variants of this coin, the 1970D Washington quarter holds a special place due to its unique characteristics, historical context, and value among collectors. This article delves into the history, design, mintage, and current market value of the 1970D Washington quarter, providing a comprehensive overview for numismatists and enthusiasts alike. Historical background of the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the coin features a portrait of George Washington on the obverse, while the reverse originally depicted an eagle with outstretched wings. The coin's design has undergone several changes over the decades, but Washington's image has remained a constant feature. The Washington quarter was initially struck in 90% silver and 10% copper. However, due to the rising cost of silver, the composition was changed in 1965 to a clad composition consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a core of pure copper. This change marked the end of the silver Washington quarters and the beginning of the more common clad quarters. The 1970D Washington quarter. The 1970D Washington quarter, minted in Denver, is part of the clad era of Washington quarters. While it may not stand out at first glance, this coin is of particular interest to collectors due to a variety of factors, including its mintage, errors, and condition. Mintage and production. The 1970D Washington quarter had a substantial mintage, with approximately 417,341,364 quarters produced at the Denver Mint. Despite this high mintage, certain factors contribute to its numismatic value. The 1970D quarters were struck during a period of significant change and modernization within the U.S. Mint, which sometimes resulted in quality control issues and the production of error coins. Errors and varieties. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1970D Washington quarter is the presence of notable errors and varieties. Error coins can arise from various issues during the minting process, including die errors, planchette errors, and striking errors. Some of the more prominent errors associated with the 1970D quarter include double die obverse DDO. This error occurs when the coin's obverse is struck twice with a slight misalignment, resulting in a noticeable doubling effect on the inscriptions or design elements. For the 1970D quarter, a prominent DDO can be observed on the date and the motto "In God We Trust." Clipped planchette. A clipped planchette error happens when a portion of the coin's metal blank planchette is missing before the coin is struck. This results in a coin with a distinctive curved or straight edge where the metal is absent. Off-center strike. This error occurs when the coin is not properly centered during the striking process, leading to a coin with part of the design missing or shifted off-center. Off-center strikes can vary in severity, with more extreme examples being highly sought after by collectors. Broad strike. A broad strike error happens when a coin is struck without the retaining collar that shapes the coin's edge. As a result, the coin's diameter is larger than normal, and the design elements may appear distorted or spread out. Collecting the 1970D Washington Quarter. Collecting the 1970D Washington Quarter can be a rewarding endeavor for numismatists, given the coin's historical context and the potential for discovering valuable errors. When evaluating these quarters, collectors typically consider factors such as condition, rarity, and the presence of errors. Condition and grading. The condition of a coin is a critical factor in determining its value. Coins are typically graded on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 poor to 70 perfect mint state. For the 1970D Washington Quarter, coins in higher grades, such as mint state, MS condition, are particularly desirable. MS coins exhibit no signs of wear and retain their original luster, making them more valuable to collectors. Rarity and market value. While the 1970D Washington Quarter is not rare in terms of overall mintage, coins with significant errors or in exceptional condition can command higher prices. For example, a 1970D quarter with a prominent double die obverse or a severe off-center strike can be worth considerably more than a standard example. Additionally, coins graded at MS67 or higher by professional grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service PCGS or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation and GC can fetch premium prices. The 1971D Washington Quarter is an interesting piece of American numismatic history, particularly for collectors who focus on error coins. These quarters were minted at the Denver Mint and are part of the long-standing Washington Quarter series, which has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932. This comprehensive examination will delve into the background, errors, and the value of the 1971D Washington Quarter. Historical context of the Washington Quarter. The Washington Quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The obverse front of the coin features a portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. The reverse back originally showcased an eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows and an olive branch. Material composition. From 1932 to 1964, the quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. However, due to the rising cost of silver, the composition changed in 1965 to a copper-nickel clad, with an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper. This change in composition was significant as it affected the coin's weight, appearance, and, to some extent, its durability. Minting and distribution. The 1971D Washington Quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the principal mints in the United States. This particular quarter is part of the series minted from 1965 onwards, featuring the copper-nickel clad composition. The D mint mark on the coin indicates its origin at the Denver Mint. What constitutes an error coin? Error coins are those that deviate from the intended design or specifications due to mistakes during the minting process. These errors can include a wide range of anomalies, such as misstrikes, die errors, planchet errors, and more. Collectors highly value these coins due to their rarity and uniqueness. Several types of errors can be found in the 1971D Washington Quarter. Some of the most notable ones include off-center strikes. These occur when the coin is not properly aligned during striking, resulting in a portion of the design being missing. Double dies. This error happens when the coin is struck more than once by the die, causing a doubling effect on parts of the design. Clipped plankets. This error involves a portion of the coin being missing due to a mistake in the blanking process. Die cracks. These appear as raised lines on the coin where the die has cracked. B errors. These involve a small die break between the B and E of Liberty on the obverse of the coin. Repunched mint marks are P-mis. This occurs when the mint mark is punched into the die more than once in different positions. Valuation of the 1971D error Washington Quarter. Factors influencing value. The value of a 1971D error Washington Quarter can vary significantly based on several factors, type and severity of error. More dramatic and rare errors tend to be more valuable. For example, a significant off-center strike or a clear double die error can fetch higher prices. Condition. The coin's condition, graded by systems, such as the Sheldon scale ranging from poor 1 to perfect mint state 70, plays a crucial role in its value. Error coins in higher grades are more desirable. Market demand. The numismatic market can fluctuate based on trends, collector interest, and the overall economy. High demand can drive up prices for certain error coins. Notable auction sales. Error coins, including those from the 1971D series, have seen notable sales at auction. For instance, a 1971 Washington quarter with a dramatic off-center strike sold for several $100s at a well-known numismatic auction, highlighting the potential value these coins can achieve. Collecting and authenticating error coins. Collecting tips. For those interested in collecting 1971 era Washington quarters, here are some helpful tips. Research. Educate yourself about the various types of errors and their values. Books, online forums, and numismatic clubs can be valuable resources. Authentication. Ensure that the error coins you purchase are authentic. Working with reputable dealers and getting coins certified by professional grading services can help verify authenticity. Condition. To pay close attention to the coin's condition. Even minor errors can be valuable if the coin is in excellent condition. One such quarter is the 1971 Washington quarter with notable errors. This detailed exploration delves into the value, history, and significance of the 1971 era Washington quarter, providing a comprehensive understanding of why this coin is highly sought after by collectors. The 1971 Washington quarter. The 1971 Washington quarter is significant for several reasons. This year marked the beginning of the post-silver era for the quarter, as the U.S. Mint had fully transitioned to a copper-nickel-clad composition by then, prior to 1965. Quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. However, rising silver prices led to a shift in materials to reduce costs. Types of errors. Coin errors can occur at various stages of the minting process, resulting in a range of varieties that can significantly affect a coin's value. Common types of errors include planchette errors, mistakes in the blank metal discs used to make coins. Die errors, flaws in the stamping dies that create the coin's design. Striking errors, mistakes that happen during the actual minting process. For the 1971 Washington quarter, several error types have been identified. Clipped planchette, a portion of the coin's edge is missing due to an error in the planchette cutting process. Off-center strike, the design is not properly aligned with the planchette, resulting in a partially blank area on the coin. Double die obverse DDO, a doubling of the design elements on the obverse due to a misalignment in the die. Broad struck, the coin is struck outside the retaining collar, causing it to spread out more than usual. Valuation of 1971 error quarters. The value of a 1971 error Washington quarter can vary widely based on the type and severity of the error, as well as the coin's overall condition. Coin grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) and the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) provide standardized assessments of a coin's condition, which can help determine its market value. Generally, higher grade coins with more pronounced errors command higher prices. Collecting error coins. Collecting error coins is a fascinating and challenging aspect of numismatics. Error coins provide insight into the minting process and highlight the complexities involved in producing billions of coins each year. For collectors, the thrill lies in discovering and acquiring unique and rare examples that stand out due to their production anomalies. When collecting 1971 era Washington quarters or any error coins, it is essential to authenticate the error. Ensure that the coin's error is genuine and not the result of post-mint damage or tampering. Assess the condition. Coins in better condition are generally more valuable, so proper grading is crucial. Understand market trends. Stay informed about market trends and recent sales to gauge the current value of specific errors. Network with other collectors, join numismatic clubs, participate in online forums, and attend coin shows to connect with other collectors and learn more about error coins. Conclusion. The 1971 era Washington quarter is a prime example of how minting anomalies can transform a commonplace coin into a valuable collector's item. The various types of errors, such as clipped planchets, off-center strikes, double die obverse errors, and broad-struck coins, each offer a unique glimpse into the intricacies of the minting process for numismatists and collectors. These errors represent not only a chance to own a piece of minting history, but also an opportunity to uncover the stories behind these fascinating coins. Understanding the value and history of the 1971 era Washington quarter enhances one's appreciation for numismatics and underscores the importance of meticulousness and precision in coin production. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a novice enthusiast, the pursuit of error coins like the 1971 Washington quarter offers an engaging and rewarding journey into the world of rare and unusual currency. The 1972 Washington quarter, a part of the United States' long-running Washington quarter series, represents an interesting period in American numismatics. Collectors and historians alike find value in understanding its history, the specifics of its minting, and the various factors that influence its market value. The Washington quarter underwent several changes over the decades. The most significant alteration came in 1965 when the U.S. Mint transitioned from a 90% silver composition to a copper-nickel-clad composition due to rising silver prices. This change marked the end of silver quarters for general circulation, which had been a staple of U.S. coinage for over 170 years. The error. What makes the 197 to D quarter special, while the 1970 to D Washington quarter is common? Some coins exhibit errors that make them valuable to collectors. The most notable error for the 197 to D quarter is the double die obverse DDO, where the design elements are doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. This error can significantly increase the coin's value depending on the severity and visibility of the doubling. Other errors that can appear on the 1970 to D quarter include off-center strikes, broad strikes, and die cracks. These errors are less common, but are still sought after by collectors. Condition grade. The condition of a coin is a primary factor in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, uncirculated coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For the 197 to D quarter, coins in mint state, MS condition can fetch a premium, especially those graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. Error type and severity. Error coins, like the double die obverse, can be worth significantly more than standard coins. The value depends on the type of error and its visibility. Coins with prominent doubling are more desirable and can command higher prices. Rarity. While the 197 to D quarter is not rare in terms of overall mintage, specific error coins can be rare and highly sought after. The rarity of such errors increases their market value. Market demand. Coin values can fluctuate based on market demand. Certain years or errors might become more popular among collectors, driving up prices. The market for Washington quarters has seen various trends, with certain dates and errors becoming hot commodities. Current market value. As of the latest data, a regular 1970 to D Washington quarter in circulated condition is generally worth its face value of 25 cents. However, in uncirculated condition, these quarters can range from $10 to $50, depending on the grade. Error coins, such as the double die obverse, can be worth significantly more, with values ranging from $100 to several $1,000s, depending on the error's prominence and the coin's condition. Collecting 197 to D quarters. For numismatists, collecting 1970 to D quarters can be both rewarding and educational. It provides insight into the minting process and the types of errors that can occur. When collecting these coins, it's essential to learn to identify errors, familiarize yourself with the common errors for this year, and how to spot them. Magnification tools and reference guides are helpful. Focus on condition. Strive to find coins in the best possible condition. Uncirculated coins or those with minimal wear are more valuable. Use professional grading services. For high-value coins, consider having them graded by a professional service. This adds authenticity and can increase the coin's market value. The Washington quarter is a staple of American currency and has been in continuous production since 1932. Named after the first president of the United States, George Washington, this coin has seen various changes over the decades in terms of design, composition, and minting locations. Among the many iterations, the 1973 Washington quarter holds a particular place in the hearts of numismatists and casual coin collectors alike. This essay explores the historical context, design, minting details, and current value of the 1973 Washington quarter, aiming to provide a comprehensive overview of this notable coin. Minting details. The 1973 Washington quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. Each mint produced quarters with distinct characteristics that influence their value and collectability. Philadelphia Mint. No mint mark is present on coins minted in Philadelphia. These quarters are generally more common and have lower value in circulated conditions compared to those from other mints. Denver Mint. Coins minted in Denver bear a D mint mark. Denver minted quarters are also relatively common, but uncirculated and high-grade specimens can be valuable. Varieties and errors. In addition to the standard issues, some 1973 Washington quarters feature varieties and errors that can significantly impact their value. Double die obverse. Some 1973 quarters exhibit a double die obverse, where elements of the design appear to be duplicated. This error is caused by a misalignment during the minting process and can be quite valuable to collectors. Clipped plankets. A clipped planchet occurs when a portion of the coin blank is missing due to a mishap during the cutting process. These quarters, with their distinctive curved cuts, are of particular interest to error coin collectors. Off-center strikes. Off-center strikes occur when the coin blank is not properly aligned with the dice, resulting in a coin with a portion of the design missing. The degree of off-centering and the visibility of the date and mint mark affect the coin's value. Current value and collectability. The value of a 1973 Washington quarter varies based on its condition, mint mark, and the presence of any errors or varieties. The Sheldon coin grading scale, which ranges from poor P1 to perfect mint state MS70, is commonly used to assess a coin's condition. Circulated coins, quarters that have been in circulation typically exhibit wear and are less valuable. In circulated conditions, a 1973 quarter from the Philadelphia or Denver Mint generally has a value close to its face value, around 25 cents to 50 cents. Uncirculated coins, uncirculated quarters, also known as mint state MS coins, are those that have not been used in commerce and retain their original luster. Depending on the grade, uncirculated 1973 quarters can range in value from $5 to $20 or more. Error coins, coins with notable errors, such as double die obverses or off-center strikes, can fetch significantly higher prices. The value of error coins is highly variable and depends on the rarity and prominence of the error. Investment potential. While the 1973 Washington quarter is not typically seen as a major investment coin, it can still be a worthwhile addition to a diverse coin collection. High-grade uncirculated coins, proof coins, and those with significant errors hold the most potential for appreciation over time. Collectors should seek out reputable dealers and ensure they have a good understanding of coin grading to make informed purchases. Conclusion. The 1973 Washington quarter is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. Its design, rooted in the early 20th century, carries forward the legacy of George Washington, while its production during a tumultuous period in American history adds to its intrigue. Although not exceptionally rare, the various mint marks, grades, and potential errors make this coin an interesting and valuable addition to any collection. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a novice just starting out, the 1973 Washington quarter offers a tangible connection to America's rich heritage and a glimpse into the artistry and craftsmanship of U.S. coinage. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1932, commemorating the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. This coin has undergone several changes and transitions over the decades, reflecting the evolving economic and cultural landscape of the United States. The 1980p Washington quarter is a fascinating piece of numismatic history with its own unique context, production details, and value considerations. Production details. The 1980p Washington quarter was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the primary mints responsible for producing the nation's coinage. The P mint mark, indicating the Philadelphia Mint, is located on the obverse side of the coin, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. This mint mark placement began in 1980, making it the first year the Philadelphia Mint's mark appeared on quarters, as coins produced there before this year had no mint mark. The coin is composed of a copper core with a copper-nickel cladding, a composition that had been standard since the Coinage Act of 1965. The specifications of the coin include a diameter of 24.26 mm and a weight of 5.67 grams. The reeded edge of the coin, featuring 119 reeds, is a distinguishing feature intended to deter counterfeiting and prevent the clipping of the coin's edges. Mintage and distribution. In 1980, the Philadelphia Mint produced a total of 635,832,000 Washington quarters. This high mintage number reflects the coin's role as a staple of everyday transactions in the United States. The widespread distribution of the 1980p quarter ensured that it became a common coin in circulation, used in a variety of transactions from vending machines to everyday purchases. The high mintage also means that many of these coins remain in circulation today, though their condition can vary widely. Coins that have been in circulation for decades typically show signs of wear and tear, including smoothing of the fine details in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Value considerations. The value of a 1980p Washington quarter can vary significantly based on its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. Generally, circulated quarters from 1980 hold minimal numismatic value above their face value of 25 cents, especially given the high mintage numbers. However, there are several key factors that can influence the value of a specific coin. Condition grade. The condition of a coin is one of the primary determinants of its value. Coins are graded on a scale from poor P1 to perfect uncirculated MS70. Circulated coins often fall between good G4 and extremely fine EF40, with values ranging from face value to a few dollars. Uncirculated coins MS60 to MS70 can fetch higher prices, especially those with exceptional luster and minimal contact marks. Mint errors and varieties. Coins with mint errors or unique varieties can be particularly valuable to collectors. Common errors include off-center strikes, double dies, and planchette flaws. While errors on 1980p quarters are not widespread, those that exist can significantly increase the coin's value, sometimes reaching hundreds of dollars depending on the rarity and prominence of the error. Collector demand. The demand among collectors can also influence the value of a coin. The Washington Quarter series is popular among collectors, and coins from certain years or with specific characteristics can be in higher demand. The 1980p quarter, while common, can still be of interest to those seeking to complete a day 10 mint mark collection of Washington quarters. Notable sales and market trends. While the majority of 1980p Washington quarters are only worth face value, there have been notable sales of high-grade specimens. For example, an MS-67 grade 1980p quarter can sell for upwards of $100 at auction, reflecting the premium placed on coins in near-perfect condition. Additionally, quarters with significant mint errors can fetch even higher prices, depending on the nature and rarity of the error. Conclusion. The 1980p Washington quarter is a testament to the enduring legacy of George Washington and the resilience of American coinage. While most of these quarters are common and hold minimal numismatic value, collectors, the 1980p quarter can be a valuable addition, especially in high grades or with notable mint errors. As with any numismatic endeavor, the value of a coin is ultimately determined by its condition, rarity, and the passion of those who seek to preserve and study these small but significant pieces of history.